Illustration by Design. I am finishing an illustration I started this evening on, there we go, on Pope Fire's live stream earlier today. I think this is working. We'll see. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. I think this is working now. Let me see. Yeah, okay, we're live. Yeah, this is Jason Robinson from Illustration by Design, and this is a drawing that I started this evening on Pope Fire's live stream at the altar tonight. Tonight she had a bunch of artists on for a tribute to writer James Hudnall, who passed away earlier this week. So each one of us was invited to draw a character that James Hudnall had worked on or created. So I chose Nemesis, an Alpha Flight character. I think she was at first a villain, and then she eventually became a member of Alpha Flight, or maybe Gamma Flight, later on in the series. She was originally created by John Byrne, and the first version of her, and then James Hudnall created the second version of the character with a different person under the costume. So I picked her because I liked the way she looked. She had a very sort of iconic costume, and she had this cool sort of nano sword that was I think it was supposed to be like a few molecules thick, so she could slice through anything. The blade would just pass through the molecules or whatever she was cutting, and then it would just fall apart. So yeah, so I started this drawing. I'm going to try to finish it on the stream right now. So if you're watching, hope you enjoy it. Let's see, stuff is popping up on my tablet here. So let me make sure I can. All right. No, thank you. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just feel free to ask, and I will try to answer if I can. Also, tomorrow, actually today, I'm going to be giving away 10 free illustrations to 10 random people who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, this one, and who have also followed me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at ROBINZSON on Instagram. So I'll put that in the chat. So so if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to choose 10 random people who have done both sometime today. I'm not sure what time. It's going to be, I'm not sure. Could be in the afternoon, could be in the evening. So, as soon as you can, as soon as you're hearing this video, I'm going to choose 10 people on April 14th, which is today. So go subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram, and hopefully, if you do it in time, I'll pick your name. Let's see, follow me on Instagram. That didn't work. Let me try again. Instagram. Let's see. Space at bam. Okay, there it is. And I actually read it wrong. So here it is. It's right there in the chat. So if you're seeing this before I pick the people, then please do so. And if you have a chance, like this video. So anyway, I'll shut up and start drawing. I'm a much better artist than I am a public speaker, so it's probably better that I do that. Boom, 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 boom. Hope you guys are having a good day. Whenever you're listening to this, I think right now I'm the only person in the chat, so I'm just talking to myself. But guys have a good week coming up. Hmm. Saw Shazam today. Um, Finally. I shouldn't say finally. It's only the second weekend it's been out, so I usually wait till the second weekend to see big movies because it's too crowded the opening weekend, and there's almost zero chance of the movies being sold out. But anyway, I saw it earlier today, and I was kind of disappointed with it. It was uh, it was definitely a kids movie. Uh, it was not what I would call a good superhero movie because to me, good superhero movies are appealing to kids and adults. You know, regardless of whether you have kids, a good superhero movie should still appeal to you. Shazam was a movie that would only really appeal to you if you were a kid or if you had kids and you were going to the movies and seeing it with them. Um, I love kids type stuff, but I'm not a kid anymore. So the type of humor that a kid would find drop dead funny, as an adult, I don't, unless I'm there with a child and just enjoying the child enjoying the movie. It's like it's not the sort of thing that I really like, or I would pay money to go see. And I described it as Shazam was sort of like, what if one of the Three Stooges got superpowers? That's the sort of humor it was. And Three Stooges are funny, but I'm not going to pay money to watch them, you know, goof around for 2 hours or whatever. But that's basically what Shazam came across as. He as a kid, when he's normal, when he's just Billy Batson, he's a cool enough kid. He's smart. He's doing all this. He's sort of like he's not a bad kid, but he's not the goody two shoes he was in the comics. So you know he's in a foster home because he keeps running away. He's trying to find his real mom and everything. Um, so he ends up in yet another foster home, and you know, and he meets all these other kids. Um, I don't know if you guys read the comics or not. It's quite a bit different than the original version of Captain Marvel. This is more. This is they're basically they basically made a movie based on the New 52 version of Captain Marvel, where he's not called Captain Marvel, he's just called Shazam, because DC is too stupid to use the name Captain Marvel inside the book. For whatever reason, they think the readers are too stupid to understand that Shazam is just the magic word. So they transfer that to the movie. So he's not called Captain Marvel in the movie. He's not called anything really. They just they call him various names. Captain, Sparkly Fingers, Thundercrack, whatever. So they don't even nail down a real name for him in a movie, which is kind of dumb to me. But anyway, so it's Billy Batson. He's a kid who gets into trouble because he's trying to find his real mom. So he pulls pranks on the police to get access to their 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 car computer, so he can look her up on in their data systems and stuff. And they put him in a foster home with I think 6 other kids. And the problem is that when he becomes Captain Marvel, as a kid, as Billy Batson, like I said, he's a smart kid. When he turns into Captain Marvel, it's like his IQ drops like 50 points. He becomes just an idiot. He does incredibly stupid things, and he acts incredibly goofy when he doesn't act that way when he's Billy Batson. So it's a problem for me in two ways. One, if the conceit is that, okay, he's Billy Batson but in a superpower body, then at least make Captain Marvel the same as he was when he was Billy Batson. Make him still a pretty smart kid in a superhuman body. He's not in this movie. He's like a dummy. He doesn't understand what it means to fly. He starts doing dopey things that he never did when he's Billy Batson, like what's it called, that dance, the flossing. He starts doing that goofy stuff. He acts like he's I don't know, like he's an idiot. He acts like Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin. He just does really dumb stuff when he's Captain Marvel. And that's one of my problems. But also he doesn't act the way Captain Marvel acts in the comic. Captain in the comic book, Captain Marvel, he doesn't act like Billy. He acts like an adult, but he it's not it's unlike what they keep saying. Captain Marvel isn't big, like a superpower big. He's not just like a kid in a man's body. He gains a certain maturity as Captain Marvel that he doesn't have as Billy Batson. I mean, part of his powers is that he has the wisdom of Solomon. He has the courage of Achilles. He doesn't have any of that stuff in the movie. I mean, he's a straight up coward in the movie when he's Captain Marvel. He's like running away from Savannah when Savannah starts kicking his butt. He's on his hands and knees, like crawling away from him. He's hiding in crowds as Captain Marvel, like in a mall. It's just really a bad take on the character. So I was pretty disappointed with it. And just generally, I mean, a lot of dumb stuff happens in the movie. I mean, it's not. I saw Aquaman, and I was expecting not much from it. I mean, I was, it's Aquaman, and it starred Jason Momoa, which again gave me pause because I don't really consider Jason Momoa. He's extremely charismatic, but I don't really see him as a great actor. And he doesn't look anything like Aquaman. But the movie Aquaman was very good. I was very pleasantly surprised at how good it was, and it was funny. It had great action. They didn't make the character an idiot. He wasn't the brightest bulb on the planet, but he's not Batman. But he's not an idiot, and so I was happy with it. It was well done. Captain Marvel technically was okay. It looked okay, looked good, but I mean, they really messed up the character to my mind. I mean, it wasn't Captain Marvel. It was. Like I said, it was just. It was like the Three Stooges with superpowers. So yeah. So I'm not. I'm not gonna. If they make a sequel, I'm not gonna go see it. It's just gonna be. This is gonna annoy me. And another thing, they gave Savannah the same powers as Captain Marvel, even though his powers weren't from the same source. That didn't make any sense to me. And when if they make a sequel, I'm sure they will. When they make a sequel with Black Adam in it, it's just gonna seem like a rehash of this first movie because again he's gonna be fighting some superpowered guy with his exact same powers. So it didn't make any sense to me. It's like, why would you make Savannah a character who traditionally doesn't have superpowers? Why would you give him the powers of Captain Marvel so that when you make a sequel with Black Adam, who people are really looking forward to, we're just going to see the same thing all over again. It's just, I know they're copying the New 52 where Savannah isn't a little short midget with, with superpowers. I mean, it just, I don't know. I think it was a bad decision to ape the New 52 for Shazam. You know, it's like it's the worst arc. In it's the worst version of Captain Marvel DC has come up with. So, but anyway, that's my review of Captain Marvel. Take it for what it's worth. And you may like it. I mean, some people may watch and say, it wasn't that bad. It was great. I loved it. So that's fine. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. Because I was looking forward to it, because I love Captain Marvel. I mean, he was one of my favorite characters growing up. And I loved the live action TV show when I was a kid. So it was I'm sure part of my disappointment, the nostalgia factor, plays a role in it because I have certain expectations for the character and I'm pretty familiar with him. But I think they took the wrong path with this film. And I don't know if they can do I don't know if they can do a course correction. They probably won't. If they make enough money with this movie, they're not gonna waste time worrying about various comic nerds think about it. They'll just say, "Hey, made money. Let's do it again." And that's the biz. This is me doing the artwork spin, where I spin the artwork around trying to get the right angle from which to ink it. That was surprisingly short. I think I'm done. How long was this live stream? Almost half an hour? Okay, nice. Let me see if I can keep going for a little while longer. See what else I can do on here. Let's see. Paper to protect my art. Okay. Let me see. Let me see here. Needs an outline. Wrong pen. 3? We'll try a 3. Yeah, 3's better. Stay. Ah, dagnabbit. Stay. Mwah. Just thickening some of the lines on here to give it more weight. There we go. That's better. That is better. That is better. The fun part, erasing all the pencil lines. Yay! That means I'm pretty much done. See some mistakes I can white out later. Yeah. Shoot. Shoot, shoot. Santa Raven says, "Wow, so many viewers. Yeah, I think it's just you and me." Yeah. So this show is better than Pope Fires. If by better you mean less viewers, then yeah, sure, it's better. But Santa Raven, thanks for showing up. I appreciate the company, so I don't feel so alone on the internet. Maybe if I didn't draw at like 3:30 in the morning, yeah, I get more viewers. That's okay. That's when I'm up, so. And again, if you haven't already, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, because I will be giving away 10 free drawings later on today to 10 random people who have done both. Subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. And my Instagram handle is in the chat. So, do it. Do it, do it. Let's see. You don't have Instagram, Santa Raven? Aw. It's easy to sign up. Easy to sign up, and it's free, which is the best price for me. Actually, the best price would be if they actually paid me money to do stuff. That'd be a better price than free. Second best price. Let's see. Now I have to sign it. It's always a trick is where to sign it. Sign it in a place that's unobtrusive. Yet your name can still be seen. I'm going to sign it here, along this edge. Showing up on... Yeah, I think you can see it. There you go. It's always good to put the date there so you know later on when you drew something. Bam. There it is. That's Nemesis, the Alpha Flight character, created by John Byrne and later adapted by James Hudnall, who passed away earlier this week. So that's it. So that's that artwork done. I've only been on for about half an hour, so I'm gonna finish something else, if you don't mind. Hey, look, it's Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, Pope Fire. Again, most of these drawings seem to have to do with Pope Fire for whatever reason. Probably because she keeps asking me to draw stuff. This drawing is for, she wants us to create sort of icons for ourselves for a poster that she and some other people are putting together. So I'm drawing Jiminy Cricket, but it's going to be sort of like a ninja cricket. Just have to figure out how to do that. But anyway, I started drawing this on Mike Miller's stream last week, so I gotta finish it now. Get it done. I think she first asked me quite a while ago, so better get it done before she hunts me down. Yeah, Profire always makes people draw. She's so evil. Yeah, seriously. Like, all I want to do is I just want to sit around and watch cartoons all day. She won't let me. She makes me draw. She makes me draw and then she pays me. Pays me money. I hate that. Pardon me. I'm yawning. I'm yawning, man. I'm yawning. Let's see here. She never pays me. I'm a slave, says Santa Raven. It's not. It's not good. Much better to get paid. Trust me. That way you can buy stuff with the money you're paid. You can buy groceries, or you can pay your electric bill. Sometimes you can even buy comics with it. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's the best thing about being an artist, is that you love drawing anyway. But when people pay you to draw, that's that's way better. It's like, wait, it's like, dang, you paying me? I do this for free. But after a while, it's just like you realize that what you're doing is worth money, even though you may be good at it. It's a commodity. So, but it took me years to sort of get over the you almost feel guilt for taking people's money for drawing, but the amount of time it takes to draw, um, it's you come to realize how come to realize the value of your time. So yeah. I'm drawing this, and I'm thinking, it's like, why, why am I making him look so violent and crazed? I don't know why. It's kind of weird. On one hand, I think it's funny, and on the other hand, I'm thinking, it's like, this is kind of weird. Jiminy Cricket's not violent, but yeah. But I think swords are cool, so it's like mixing, like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird drawing. So please forgive me. Please forgive my weird drawing of Jiminy Cricket. Hey, Ape Sapien. How you doing? Glad to see you. Uh-oh. Ape Sapien, you're scaring Santa Raven. Don't scare him. Don't scare him away. I need all the viewers I can get. Oh my gosh. I see tangents. I see tangents. Gonna wash those tangents right out of my drawing. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's better, I think. Ape Sapien is apparently violent, according to Santa Raven. Ape Sapien says, I'm working on my comic gray tones tonight. Need them completed in a few days. What do you mean? Are you making like a gray tone scale for comics? Or are you actually working on comic book art and doing grayscales for it? Alright. Hey, Eagle43, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Is that right? No, that's not right. Okay, I think that's better. Ape Sapien says a 4-page comic, finished the line work and imported it into Clip Studio. First time going about it this way. Let's see. Oh, Eagle. Oh, thanks for sharing the link. So Santa Raven can comment. Appreciate it. Ape Sapien says I normally do everything on my phone. On your phone? I don't understand. You usually do artwork on your phone? I would think that'd be too small. Huh. And is this going to be a grayscale comic book, or are you doing grayscales before you add color to it? Because I know some people do that nowadays. They put in all their values in grayscales, and then they colorize the grayscales to Infinite Painter for Android, and you do this on your phone. Wow, I couldn't do that. My phone's way too small. My eyes would bleed trying. It's like it's too small. It's too much tiny detail. think I'm gonna give him a mask. I think I'm gonna give Jiminy Cricket a mask. Just for fun. Now he kind of looks like Tuxedo Mask. I guess it could be worse. Let's see what it would look like if I gave him a fedora. Still have a top hat. Nah, it's kind of dopey. I'll keep the top hat. Makes him look classy. Makes him look classy. Classy. Let's see. 4-page comic, says Abe Sapien. Has to be black and white because the cost for color with the amount of people working on a comic. Oh, okay. So you're actually going to be printing this. This is going to be an actual printed comic. Felix Haas says, "Milady." Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tip the hat. Milady. Aw. Alright, I think this is good. This is good. This is good enough. Should I give him... What should I... Part of me wants to give him pouches. I don't know. Abe Sapien says, I used to have a Samsung Note 3 that was great, but then had to get another phone because it was messing up, and I got an LG Stylo 3. Downgrade for sure, but the phone works for what I need it for. Yeah, I have an LG as well, which I'm recording with right now. I love it. It's a fairly inexpensive phone, which is good for me. It costs $100 and something. And it does tons more than my old phone did. My old phone was how old was it? 7 years old? No, maybe 7. Yeah, 7 years old. Maybe older. Maybe 8 years old. And I just got this one about less than a year ago. And it's just a big improvement. So I can actually go on the internet with it. Not that I go on the internet on my phone at all, but I can record with it like I'm doing now. I can live stream with it like I'm doing now, and it's just very compared to what I had, it's very speedy. So, and I like that. I like that. I like that. Hold on one second. Yep. All right, let's see here. It's time to start inking. I'm drawing this hoping that Disney doesn't see this and sue me. Copyright infringement. Oh well. I'll risk it. I'll risk it. Hey, Elric Huga, how you doing? Good seeing you. Yeah, I remember back in the 80s when Disney went around suing various daycare centers for having the gall to have paintings of Disney characters like Mickey Mouse on their walls. And these weren't like big daycare centers. These were like little mom and pop things with like small towns or with like 8 kids, 10 kids in them. And Disney went around suing a bunch of them back in the 80s, for daring to have paintings of their characters on the walls without permission. It's like doesn't really make you look good, Disney. You're trying to crush little people for for basically giving your characters free publicity to kids. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing well, Elric. Ah! Ah! The perfectionist in me is right now screaming inside, a little outside, because I just messed up. But the realist in me is saying it's just a minor mistake, and you can fix it later. But the inner me is saying, but I can still see it, even though no one else probably can. And it's driving me crazy. Fix it. Get out the whiteout and fix it. But I shall resist. I shall resist. Elric Huga says, Disney suing family daycare 50 at a time. Happiest kingdom on earth. It's the happiest place on earth. Do what we say, or we'll crush you. Ha ha! Oh, yeah. Ha. It's great. Give us all your money. Ha ha. And then we'll sell your kids lots of garbage. Ha ha. And they won't have a choice. Now bow down. And smile. Yeah, haha. Mark Trafford says, hello, I'm from Disney. I'm here to tell you to cease and desist within the copyright infringement you are currently undertaking. That will be all. Yes, sir, Mr. Trafford. Yes, sir. Stanley Raven says, very disappointing. Yes, it's very disappointing. It's very sad. Very sad. The mouse sees all, says Mark Trafford. Indeed it does. He does. They do. They do. Whatever. Yeah. The mouse is everywhere. It's taken over comics, taken over Marvel Comics, and destroyed it from the outside in, or inside out. Probably both. It's just crushed it. In a compound press of SJWism. Arakuga says, I'm not very tech savvy, but I just learned my phone has a hyperlapse feature on my phone, so I can make speed drawing videos now. Oh, really? That's cool. I wonder if mine has it. Probably not. But yeah, I use what do I use? I use iMovie on my Mac to do all my editing, all my speed drawing and stuff with. So it's a cool program. It's free, which I like. It's not free because you have to buy the Mac, but it comes with the Mac, so you don't have to pay extra. And it's been very useful. So I shall continue to use it. I like useful programs that save me money. That's more money I could save for comic books. Feed my comic book habit. Some people smoke crack. I collect comic books. Some people drink. I collect and buy comic book bags and boards to store my comic books. Ultimately, they both make you poor. Some people gamble. I buy comic books, keep them for 20 years, end up finding out that they're worth less than they were when I bought them. So, but, comic books are fun. So I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. It is the old artwork twirl again. Which angle is the best to ink from? Elric says, nice, I use a Samsung phone. Yeah, that's probably why you have all that cool stuff on it, like the hyperlapse feature, because it's Samsung. One day I will be able to afford a cool phone with features like that, like the Samsung, what is it, Samsung 10 or something. They're on some super high number now, or the iPhone. The iPhone itself just kind of burns me the wrong way. I'm very disinclined to get an iPhone. It is so massively overpriced to my mind. I'm not. It's weird because I would be willing to pay like a lot of money for a Samsung phone, which would probably cost close to $900. But a $900 iPhone makes me wince and say no. I think it's a personal bias. I mean, I use a Mac. I love Mac. Mac makes great products, but they're really overpriced, and so I'm really opposed to dishing out money just for a name, late namesake, just for sake of having an Apple product. So I don't have many other than my actual Mac. I have my iPod from when did I get that? Oh man, I got that maybe a decade ago. I got my iPad. I still use it. I love my iPod, not iPad, my iPod to listen to music with. So I'm not listening to it now because it has copyrighted songs on it, and I don't want my live stream getting flagged or demonetized. I'm not I can't really benefit from monetization yet, but eventually I would like to. So I have to keep all the music I'm listening to that might show up on the video copyright free. So my iPod has all my favorite music on it, but it's all copywritten, or 95% of it is anyway. So no go. Let's see. Elric says, I collect manga. I have over 500 volumes, and no, I don't have a problem. Don't look at me. That's fine. I collect manga too. I have tons of it. I don't have 500 volumes. I'm just glancing over at it. I probably have less than 50. Just because, 50 volumes of manga is probably equivalent to, 300 issues of actual, American comics. Because how many pages does a manga volume have? 300 pages. I mean, it's a lot. But I love manga. In fact, I read a lot of it online. Not a lot. I read 2 series online. I read One Punch Man and My Hero Academia, because they come out every week, and they come out a lot faster than the printed volumes do, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm sorry. I can't wait 6 months for the next volume to find out what happens to One Punch Man. I can't do it. I gotta read it. So
So I go online and I find a nice scanlation and then I read it. And I'm satisfied. Except I'm waiting for the next issue. So, but yeah, manga's great. I love it. And I need to watch the new season of One Punch Man, which just started. So just haven't gotten around to doing it. Let's see. Elric Huga says, I have an iPod Nano, the small thin one that can't hold a charge. It can't hold a charge anymore. Yeah. I had the even smaller one, not the Nano. What's the one that was smaller than the Nano? It was like a little square. It had a clip. It was like a clip. You clipped it onto your clothing. I have that, but I haven't used that in years. I think I probably have 3 MP3 players total, and that's one of the ones that I no longer even use. It's still somewhere around here. I guess I could charge it up, but I really have no use for it because you know, I don't really go running listening to music. I always thought about like listening to music while I'm running, but I know it would distract me to the point where I end up getting hit by a car, and that always scared me away from doing it. Because I like sort of getting lost when I'm lost in my head when I'm listening to music. Um, even though I'm listening to music now and I'm somewhat paying attention to what I'm doing and saying, so I'm not completely lost, but ideally I like listening to music and then just letting my mind drift, and I can't really do that when I'm running. If I were just exercising in general and not like running around near traffic, I'm I wouldn't mind listening to music. But when if I were out running, I would think that paying attention to where I am and what I'm doing, where I'm going, is most important. So that makes me shy away from being on headphones while I'm doing stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Eagle 43. The shuffle, the iPod shuffle. I had one of those. They were very cool things. I liked the whole idea. I like the look of them. They're very compact. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Yeah, Eric Hugo says in regards to manga, it's 150 to 180 pages per volume. It depends on whether it's weekly or monthly. Yeah. Let's see. Is it the? I'm not sure if it's the mini or the shuffle. I can't remember. It might either one. I can't remember. Mark Trafford says. Mark Trafford from Disney says, does One Punch Man the show stick to the original manga? I don't know because I have not seen the second season. The first season, I'm trying to remember. It kind of does. But I think there's some stuff in there that does not follow. It doesn't follow it exactly. So it's a mix. I don't know. I haven't seen enough episodes there haven't been enough episodes out for me to really determine how closely it follows a manga. So I gotta check them out, and hopefully they'll come out with episodes more often. I mean, first season only had like 12 episodes, and it ended like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I mean, that's crazy. They need to speed up their production. Um, let's see. Elric Huga says I'm watch. Okay, he's watching something while listening to Toonami. McCaffrey says I'm exactly the same in terms of I guess running and listening to music. Elric Huga says yeah. So far the anime follows a manga. Eagle is right. It's the shuffle. Okay, it is the shuffle. Um, oh yeah, Mark Trafford. Yeah, you can read the manga and get way ahead of the anime. The anime has barely even touched the story of One Punch Man. I mean, they have how many volumes? I don't even know now. There are tons of volumes. I think they're on. issue. If you go by issues, they're on issue like 100 and something, 105 or something, or 106. They just came out with one about a week ago. Again, you can watch, you can read it online. They're way, way, way ahead of the anime. That's why I couldn't wait. It was taking too dang long. You know, 2 years between seasons, and only 12 episodes per season. Forget that. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. I don't like it. Oh, you're watching me while you're watching Toonami. Cool. Yeah, I like Toonami. I just, but every time I turn it on Saturday nights, it's always on JoJo's Adventures or what. I hate JoJo. Every time I watch it, it creeps me out. It's just like no, thank you. No JoJo for me, thank you. I love Naruto. I love yeah, what are the shows they showing right now on Toonami? I haven't watched it on a regular basis in a while, so. Trying to find the right pen, and I'm failing. I'm failing to find the correct pen. I probably need a brush pen. Oh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is about to come on, and I love it. Yeah, it's just too. The men look too effeminate. It creeps me out every time I try to watch it. I'm just like, why they all wear makeup? Stop it. It's way too much mascara for me. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, my niece also loves JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. She's a big manga and anime fan as well. She used to be hooked on One Piece. I think she still watches it. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see. Elric Hugo says DBS, MHA, Promise Neverland, SOA, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, then Black Clover, then Boruto, then Naruto, then Hunter x Hunter. I don't know what DBS is. Is that Dragon Ball Super? Okay, delete. MHA. I have no idea what that is. My Hero. Oh, My Hero Academia. Okay. Yay. Okay. Cool. That's another one that's taken forever. I think the new season doesn't start until the fall, so I had to read ahead. I couldn't wait. Promise Neverland. Not familiar with it. SAO. I don't know what that is. Black Clover. I saw the first couple of episodes. It was interesting, but I didn't get into it. Bruto. Loved it. at the beginning. Now, but then I got started getting bored, and I'm really behind. I'm like on episode 88, and they're up to like 100 and something. So I gotta catch up. Then Naruto, love it. Then Hunter x Hunter, I like it. It's okay. I've watched several episodes, but I never really got into it. Um, Mark Trafford from Disney says, "So Jiminy Cricket, do you know Mike Miller personally?" No, I do not. I've never met him. I have only talked to him on live streams, maybe twice, rarely. But I've been in contact. I've talked to him on the internet since the '90s. So you know, I he's not a friend. I mean, he's a very casual acquaintance that I've talked to on the internet over the years, and that's how I quote unquote know him. And that, yeah, and then once I became Facebook friends with him, and he started. He had a YouTube channel, and he would do live streams. This is before Comicsgate, and I would show up, and I'd be the only one there, and then I keep him company and ask him some questions or whatever. And then once he joined Comicsgate, yeah, a little less than a year ago, then his whole thing, his channel kind of blew up. You know, grew a lot more in size. I think before he only had like 20 something subscribers, and then once he joined Comicsgate, then of course it blew up to the 5,000 plus that it is now. So and I became a moderator on his channel. So that's how I know him. I don't really know him. So, but he seems like a nice guy. Um, he's very interesting. I mean, we used to. I first came in contact with him when he was on AOL. I still am. I haven't changed my email in 20 something years. But I was drawn to him because um, not because of his art. He's a great artist, but that's not what sort of drew me to him. It was his Christian faith. I'm also a Christian, so I was always impressed by his apologetics online, his willingness to argue with people, not argue, but to argue on behalf of Christianity, with people who would make disparaging comments about it, or just ask questions, and that's what sort of made him stand out to me, because I followed various different writers and artists from comics, online, you know, during the '90s. But he had a channel. What was it called? I can't even remember what it was called now. It was so long ago. But he would be on there, and people would be challenging various Christian beliefs and stuff, and then he would be right there defending them. And sometimes they would like try to gang up on it. It'd be like six of them, just like peppering him with questions and like insults and stuff. And then it got to a point where I was like, I kind of had to jump in there and back him up and stuff. I'm sure he doesn't remember me from back then, but it was cool. I mean, I was very impressed by his enthusiasm and willingness to try to be a good ambassador for Christ. So, uh, let's see. Santa Raven says Shield Hero. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but okie doke. Okie doke, as Jiminy Cricket would say. Let's see. Let's see here. Man, there's 5 people watching. Thank you very much, 5 people who are watching. I appreciate your sticking around at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch me draw. To watch me draw very slowly. Trying my hardest not to mess this up, but let's see. Eagle 43 says Raven may be talking about the rising of the Shield hero. I don't know what that is. McCaffrey says it's 9 a.m. here, so it's 5 hours ahead. So where are you? Great Britain? I'm guessing. If you're 5 hours ahead. 6 p.m. Australian. Oh wow, dang. Felix Haas says this is cool. Okay, good. I'm glad you think it's cool. And I'm looking at the video and notice that the video is completely off the. There, that's better. I think that might be better. Help center the artwork. A little, at least not make it at the very bottom of the screen. I apologize. If you're going to be watching me draw, you should at least have a good view. Yeah. So basically, this is like a time machine where you're watching several hours in the past if you're in Australia or in Europe. So I shall rename my phone the TARDIS. All right, let's see. Oh, it's a manga or anime. Okay. Rising of the Shield. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of it. Well, it's not surprising. There's tons of there's so much anime and manga out there that I probably only know like 1% of it. I mean, I'd heard of My Hero Academia for a long time, for years, and I never, for some reason, the name never interested me. It didn't make me that interested in checking out the manga or the anime, and I'm not sure what changed my mind. I think one day I just decided, it's like, I'll watch one episode and see what it's like, and it just really hooked me. It's basically Naruto with, except set with superheroes instead of ninjas. So I guess I like that sort of dynamic. Mark Trafford said the future's overrated. I guess I'll find out soon enough, won't I? So, are there flying cars yet, Mark? That's what I want to know. Are there flying cars in the future? 6 hours in the future, are there flying cars? That's what's important. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I need another pen. Alright. Mark Trafford says, not yet, but we're working on getting color TVs down here in Australia. Oh, wow. So you're in a real... You must be in like some sort of weird temporal vortex, because we already have color TVs in the past here in the United States. So, that's weird. So you have some futuristic things, but some things from the past. It's like a temporal dead zone down under. I remember when we had a black and white TV when I was growing up, and there was a special gadget. It's not really a gadget, it's a special screen that would click onto the front of the TV to simulate color. And it was kind of neat, but it's kind of weird too. But this is in the good old days. This is before we had remote controls. He had to actually get up and turn the knob in order to change the channel. Did I mess up? Possibly. It could be, Robert. Could be. Alright. That's why they made whiteout. Only downside to... I love drawing by hand much more than I do on computer. The only downside is that there's no undo button, so when you make a mistake, you have to either erase it, or worse, with inking, you have to go back and white it out. But it teaches you, helps force you to learn control, which is important to learn as an artist. That's the one thing I want to improve my ink control, my control with brush and pen. Because you look at guys like Mike Miller, and he's just like a master of the brush. Some spooky music just came on. It's like forcing me to turn. It's like, what is this? It's called Halloween Chaser. I'm getting nervous. Mark Trafford says, stop flexing on me. Mark Trafford says, my dad used to throw away the TV remotes. He said they promoted laziness. Your dad was right. Remote controls make you weak, Mark Trafford. They make you weak. When you don't have a remote control, you're forced to get up, use your legs, and build muscles. It builds character. So, nah. I mean, remotes are fine, but you know, you definitely had to do some work before remote controls came around. It wasn't quite so easy to channel surf. So that. To me, that's the one downside of remote controls. It just makes it way too easy to to be what's the word I'm looking for? Not fickle, but flaky. To be a TV flake, where you're like just flipping from channel to channel instead of just make a decision. Pick one show, watch it. Time is it? Okay. Mark Trafford says, as soon as we master the horseless carriage, we're going to take over the world. Oh, man. And any day now, then. I hear those horseless carriages are just a fad. You know, it's better. Don't throw away your feed quite yet, Mark, because you know, in 5 years you're gonna wish you had your horse again. Let's see. Uh, oh, okay. Whew, 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 whew. If you haven't already, please like this video if you are enjoying the content and my various ramblings as I draw. And also, subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the bell for notifications. So next time I make a rambling, incoherent video in the middle of the night, YouTube will let you know. Hey, stop what you're doing. Get up. Watch Jason ramble on for a couple hours while he draws goofy cartoon characters. You'll be glad you did. Let's see. So have all of you watched SHAZAM, the movie, yet? I talked about it earlier. I gave my sort of not so refined review of it. What did you guys think of it if you had seen it? And do you plan on seeing it if you have not yet seen it? Mark Trafford asks, have you ever considered making your own book? Yes, I have considered making my own book, but I have no good ideas, so I will not be making my own book as of yet. I work as an artist, so I usually work on other people's stuff. So, but my own stuff, it's something that takes a lot of time to to dwell over, think about, and I have not taken that time. So, no, I'm not coming out with anything myself anytime soon. Santa Raven says SHAZAM was great. Cool. I'm glad you liked it. I was not as enthusiastic about it, but That's okay. Sam Raven says, I haven't seen it though. I haven't seen it, but Shazam was great. Those two things don't quite match in my brain. What do you mean? You haven't seen it, but you thought the movie was great. Explain yourself, Santa Raven. And he puts a smiley face. Very, very curious, very curious. Are you guys gonna see Infinity War when it comes out? The sequel, the final chapter. I'm gonna see it, but I'm not gonna rush out opening weekend because it's gonna be a madhouse. It's gonna be insane. So I will wait 1, maybe 2 weeks before I see it, and do my best to avoid spoilers in that time, because I don't want it ruined, but I do want to see it. Someone new. JC Art and Animation says this is cool. Well, thank you, JC Art and Animation. I'm glad you like it. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it, and hopefully there's more stuff here on the channel that you will enjoy. Santa Raven says, I'll see it one day. Okay, so you haven't seen it yet. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I would definitely check out Shazam. It was not. I guess my main issue with it generally, not to go into details, was that it was a movie made for children. It was not made for adults, as opposed to a movie like Aquaman or Iron Man, where you can watch those movies without kids, and the movies will still come across as good movies, solid movies that adults can enjoy. Shazam isn't. You watch it, at least to my mind, and I'm kind of immature, so I'm not like stuffy about movies, but watching it, you could tell that it's made for kids. They made this movie with the intent to entertain children, not so much to entertain adults. Unless you have kids and you're watching a movie with your kids. If you're just there as an adult watching it by yourself, I was just like, I don't know. Elricuga is back. Mark Trafford says, no, I don't go to the movies much anymore. I might go and see Avengers. Probably not, though. I prefer watching. Yeah, I understand. Especially nowadays. I mean, with TVs nowadays, they've made it so easy, so inexpensive to have your own movie theater at home. I mean, you can get a 50-inch TV flat screen for $300 now. I mean, it's like, it's not dirt cheap, but it's dang cheap to get a really big, really good TV nowadays. You don't have to go to the theaters anymore. I mean, why would you spend $12 or more driving 20 minutes to the theater when you just like pop a DVD or just watch it on cable? For relatively nothing. It just makes it makes much more sense to watch movies at home as opposed to going to the theater. I just like sort of the theater experience in a sense. I like watching movies in the theater, but that said, I don't go that often. Most movies I watch at home. I will go to the theater for certain movies. If I know a movie, if I see a trailer and the movie interests me, I will go to the theater to watch it. If I see a trailer and the movie either looks mediocre or just plain bad, even if I still have an interest in seeing it, because I like watching bad movies. I don't mind seeing bad movies, but unless the movie looks like it's worth spending, you know, $12 to $20 to see, and it's worth driving 20 minutes to the theater to go see it. Unless that happens, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna stay home and wait for it to come out on video, which is usually gonna be a month away anyway. You know, a movie comes out in the theaters a month, 2 months later, it's in homes. You know, it's for sale at Kmart or Walmart or Target. So there's really no need to go to the movies every time a film comes out, because it's gonna be in your house, you know, in a couple months anyway. Elric Hugo says JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is over and it left on an epic cliffhanger. I wonder what that is. Did they run out of mascara at the local store, and the guys are like in a frenzy trying to figure out what they're gonna do? I don't know. Find out next week on JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Elric Hugo says the theaters where I live have seating requirements, so now I have to make sure. I hate that. That makes me want to stay in stay at home even more, Elric Hugo. That's the one thing I despise. I despise that about modern theaters. The forced pre-ticket seating, where you're forced to pick your seat ahead of time. I don't know what it's called, set seating, whatever it's called, reserve seating. Thank you, my brain. Reserve seating. I hate reserve seating in theaters where it's required for you to buy a seat ahead of time, online, or driving to the theater to pick up your ticket, and so that your seat is set. Part of me understands why they do it, you know, but to my mind, it hinders your ability to make last minute decision making in terms of, hey, let's go see a movie. You can't do that with a lot of theaters now, because they have required reserved seating, and unless you've prearranged to buy tickets, you're stuck in the crappiest seats in the theater, and I hate it. I hate it. Most of the theaters in my area have reserved seating. The only theater I go to is the one without it, and it's Cinemark. But there are two Cinemarks in my area. One has reserved seating, and it's a great theater, but I never go to it, or I rarely go to it because of that one feature. The other one is also Cinemark. I do go to it, and I go to it almost every time because they don't have reserved seating, and I can always find a great seat. With reserved seating, the best seats are always taken. I hate it. And if you buy the tickets online, they charge you like an extra $1.70 just to buy it online, and I refuse to do it. I will not do it. The miser within me says no. It will not allow me to permit me to throw away $1.70 just for the quote unquote privilege of buying a ticket online. I refuse to do it. And the only other option is for me to drive 20 minutes just to buy the ticket ahead of time, and then drive home, and then drive back to the theater to actually watch the movie, and that's a headache. So, and I don't want to do that either. So I just skip the theater altogether. Tank Fair Art says, how was I not subbed to this channel? I don't know, Tank Fair Art, but do so now. Please subscribe. And also, follow me on Instagram, because later on today I will be giving away 10 free drawings to 10 random people who have both subscribed to my channel and who follow me on Instagram. So, do both. And when you follow me on Instagram, just go in the comments of I guess my latest drawing on there, and put in your YouTube identity, so I'm able to match up the two. Yeah. So please subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I think the information on my Instagram, well, it's way up there. Hold on. Can I do it? No, I can't do it. That's alright. I'll put it in here again. I'll put my Instagram info in here again. Mr. Hellstorm 74 says, looking good. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Let's see. FLLOW. Follow me on Instagram, space, bam, doink. There you go. Follow me on Instagram at RobinsZSun13. That's where I am. And subscribe to me here on YouTube. And then I will pick 10 of you at random. And the 10 winners, the 10 winners will get a free illustration of the character of their choice. I'll do that later on today. Let's see. Yeah, Eagle43 says, reserve seating. The theaters near me don't have that. You're very lucky, Eagle43. So, yeah. Hopefully they'll keep it that way. Santa Raven says, mascara is nice. I'm glad you like mascara. McCaffrey says, I've not been to the cinema since 2004. You sound like my dad. I think the last movie my dad had seen was Gandhi. At least the last movie in the theaters. He watched movies at home all the time. But let's see, what else? Depending on what part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure you're watching, parts 1 through 3 is muscular men. Parts 4 through 6 have thin-looking men. Okay. Regardless, anytime I've watched it, it's just creeped me out. So I stopped trying to watch it. Tank Fair Art says, I saw the Raven chat and had to poke my head in. Well, I'm glad you did. I appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Tank Fair Art says, all my identities are the same. Okay, cool. Awesome. So it'll be easy to find you. Okay, cool. I think I'm caught up. I shall continue to draw. Tank Fair R says, yeah, I follow you on Instagram. That's why I was so shocked to see I wasn't subbed on YouTube. Well, my YouTube channel is fairly new. I've only been on YouTube, well, in terms of having this channel active, for about 6 months. And I haven't been posting that often, that frequently, until the last, I say 2 months. Last 2 months I've been posting much more frequently, or relatively more frequently. So that's probably why you weren't really even aware I was here. But now you are. So I'm glad that you are subscribed. I appreciate it very much. McCaffrey says, for me it was AVP. AVP. Oh, Alien vs. Predator was the last movie you saw in the theaters. Okay, cool. Alien vs. Predator, I see that? Yeah, I did. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Well, I did. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a decent movie. Let's see. Elric Hugo says, I'm still working on my Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb fan art contest drawing. Yeah, I want to do that too. I just need to find a time to do it. Because she's a cool character. And I'm looking forward to it coming out. Eric Hugo says, I'm good, just watching Jimny. while listening to Toonami, but Black Clover. So my attention is fully on Jiminy. Oh, that's nice, but that's cruel towards Black Clover. Like I said, I mean, I watched the first couple episodes, but it didn't grab me. So maybe it didn't grab you either. Oh, the Black Clover anime is really bad. It's done by Studio Clown, so it's not worth watching animation. Watching animation. Animation is bad. Mm. Yeah, some studios, you know, do a great job with animating certain shows, and others do not. I remember the most frustrating thing about. I mean, I love Naruto, but the most frustrating thing about it were the filler episodes, of which it had a lot too many filler episodes. But the filler episodes in Naruto would always be done by subpar animation studios, and it just stood out. You'd be watching, you'd be enjoying a really cool sort of storyline in Naruto, and the next episode would pop up, and the animation would like drop 50%, and you realize almost instantly that it's like, wait a second, they're about to do like 20 filler episodes, aren't they? It's like, yep. It's like, guess what? They didn't even have to put a notice. They didn't even have to put a notice on the screen. All they had to do was just like show like really crappy animation, and it would just tell everyone, it's like, hey, guess what? We're about to spend the next 6 months with filler episodes. Have fun. It's like, thanks. Yay! I can't wait. Hey, Tank, Ferret, thank you very much for stopping by. You have a good night. Get some rest. I should be doing the same. But I'm not, because I'm dumb. I need to get up for church soon, but I will keep drawing. I'm going to try to finish this drawing before I go to bed, so I'll be up for, let's see, what time is it? I'm going to try to finish by 5, I think. So I can get some rest. Let's see. And I just, oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. I think it's still working. Let me carry on. Hey, Hail Raven, Hail Raven. I think my chat just froze up because I'm seeing things on my phone that I'm not seeing on, yeah, hold on. I'm missing stuff. It's almost 2 a.m. where you are, so you must be on the West Coast. Okay. Do that. Something's going on. Okay. Get back. Back that up. Okay. Let's see. Current live stream. Sorry. I am trying to catch up to what. Okay. Here we go. Bam. This current? Eric Hughes on the West Coast. Okay. Good. Okay. Now I'm back in business. Hold on. Alright, let's see. Um, Whew. Sorry about that. My music was going wonky. Okay, let me see. I think it's this way. I believe it is. Those little lines on the back of the gloves are always confuse me a little. It's like they get thick to thin from the knuckles down or towards the knuckles. I think it's from the knuckles down. Like that. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Oof. Let's see. Elric Hugo says, Promised Neverland is an awesome anime and manga. It's on the third time slot, and the anime just premiered tonight in English. It's good so far. The VA are decent as well. Voice actors are decent as well so far. Cool. Yeah, like I said, it's like I've never watched it. So. Oh, Mark Trafford says, I like this music. It reminds me of playing Fallout 3. Yeah, it's electro swing music. I like it very much. I wish there was more of it that I could play that's copyright free. This is made by an artist named Techno Axe on YouTube. It's spelled TechTek No No Axe Axe. It's really good. I mean, really good. I like it a lot. So I kind of gotten hooked on this type of music. Never played Fallout 3 myself, actually, so. Alright, now for the fun part. The knives. Ay, ay, ay. Eric Hugo says, been watching the Star Wars Celebration stuff. I can't stand the title of episode 9. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I keep saying that, you know, I don't care about Star Wars. I mean, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I love Star Wars in the sense that, you know, I saw the original when it came out. I loved it. I loved Empire Strikes Back. Loved Return of the Jedi. So I'm a fan in that sense. I know I appreciate it. I love the original movies. I thought it was great. I'm not a fan in the sense. I'm not a big fan in the sense that I have to watch or get anything or everything or anything when it comes out about Star Wars. I'm not a fanatic about Star Wars. Yeah, I've never read any of the books. I heard they're good, but I've never read any of the books. Never bought the comic books. I just watched the 3 movies and I liked them. I thought they were good movies. Didn't like the prequels at all. I thought they were stupid, and I thought they were unnecessary. Um, and these sequels to the original trilogy, I think, are just dumb. I mean, I don't really see the purpose in them. I have no real interest in the characters. I mean, they're not nearly as charismatic or compelling as Luke, Laura, or Han were in the original trilogy. So to me, I'm just like, I don't care what happens to them. They could all die. I wouldn't care. So yeah. So I mean, yeah. I'm not that enthused about this new movie. Whatever. I mean, the people make these movies don't seem to care about the characters, so why should I? Elric Hugo says Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, even said the title is not meant to answer or mean anything, just meant to invoke emotion, and they didn't want the title to tell a story. So it's just the only emotion it evokes is just like, in me, annoyance, because it doesn't mean anything. Apparently Luke died at the end of the last episode, so it's like, unless it serves a purpose, it's just annoying. And so that's the emotion that Kathleen Kennedy has evoked with that meaningless title, annoyance, which is not going to really compel me to go see it in theaters. So, thanks, Kathleen. Job well done. Good job. Yeah, what do you guys think of that trailer for the new Star Wars movie? It just kind of confused me. It didn't, when I first watched it, I sort of, I guess, learned more about it since then. But when I first watched it didn't make any sense to me. She's in first it had that stupid, annoying opening where they again ripped off the stupid opening from what was it, the first part of the new trilogy. What was the name of that? I can't remember. The Force Awakens. Where it's a completely black screen. You hear someone breathing really hard, and it shows them in the desert. To me that's just dumb. But so that it starts off on an annoying point with me, and then from there it shows her standing there waiting for some sort of, I guess, Sith ship that's speeding towards her, and she looks like she turns around with her back to it. She's facing it first, turns on her lightsaber like she's about to face it, and then she turns her back on it, looks over her shoulder, and starts running in the same direction as the Sith ship, with it chasing her. I'm thinking, it's like, was she trying to race it? What's she doing? It doesn't make any sense. And then it's about to mow her down, and then she does some sort of dopey, kung fu backflip. It's like, what was the point of you, instead of running towards it, what was the point of you running away from it and then doing a backflip? It was just dumb. Maybe it was, again, just done to evoke emotion. Again, it just kind of came across as annoying. Mark Trafford said the prequels look like masterpieces compared to the new stuff. Eagle 43 says, I didn't like the trailer. Ray backflipping over a speeding TIE interceptor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't make any sense. It was just dumb. It's just what it said to me was that they just wanted to have Ray doing something that looked cool. It didn't seem to have a purpose other than to make Ray look cool. And to me, that's no purpose. Elric Hugo says, I only like 2 things about it, Lando and Palpatine, and that's it. I made a review rant video about it. Yeah, that's the other thing that sort of struck me about the the trailer, I couldn't tell that was Palpatine at the end when they were laughing. I was just like, who the heck's laughing? It made no sense to me. And also with Luke's voiceover at the beginning and throughout the trailer, I didn't recognize that as Luke. It didn't. The voice was so changed from Luke's voice. It was like he was doing a bad Batman impression. It's like you're the last one, and 1,000 years of training are rest in your hands, or whatever. And I was like, does it really? Because you really didn't teach her much at all. You didn't teach her anything when she was on your island. So, and where did she get this other 1,000 years of training? If she went to you to be trained, and you barely trained her. And I don't know. I mean, I know she stole the Jedi books from him at the end of the last movie, but he didn't know that. So maybe now that he's a Force ghost, he knows that she has those books, and maybe she's been studying them. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just confusing. Mark Trafford says TIE Fighter would have definitely shot her from it. That's exactly. Just shoot her. It's again, it's just really superfluous nonsense that they had in that trailer. It made little sense. Instead of shooting her, they tried to run her down. It was just like, okay, it'd be a lot. I mean, she's a Jedi. It's like instead of wasting time trying to fool with her, just shoot her in the head. Be a lot simpler. Like just doing Indiana Jones. He's faced with some guy, doing weird, crazy sword displays and stuff. Just shoot him. Make it easy. Elric Hugo says it's a 2-minute long trailer, and the majority of it is Rey doing nothing. Yeah, well, that's basically Rey. It was all to show off. Yeah, it seems like another Mary Sue fest. Felix House says exactly. Rey don't need no training, says Felix. Yeah, that's true, Mark Trafford. He did teach her how to milk sea cows, so she is a Jedi master at milking. Yeah. Sure, that'll come in handy at some point. Eagle 43 says, I just can't believe she can react in time to jump over a speeding land interceptor. But she has the Force. The Force is with her, so she can do it. She can do it, Mark. She can do it. Or sorry, Eagle. Eagle, she can do it. Eric Hugo says, I can't believe it's not butter. Oh boy. This Jiminy Cricket's looking psychotic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. He looks psychotic. All right, let's see. If you guys want to have a really, really cool drinking game sometime, watch my videos, and every time I say, take a drink, you'll be drunk within 10 minutes. I've made the mistake of listening to some of my past videos, and I've noticed that I say a whole heck of a lot when I'm speaking, and I don't notice it when I'm doing it. And then when I listen back at things I've said, it's like I want to punch myself. I sound like an idiot. Where's it? Oh, here it is. Oh, Eric Hugo says he saw the trailer and Jimmy's going to do something about it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna cut somebody. If you change that movie, someone's gonna get cut. Eric Hugo says, I don't drink, but I drink caffeine sodas. Yeah, so me too. And it's like, even like right now, I've been wanting. I had a Coke when I started the stream, and I've been wanting to get another one, but I know it's really it's bad for my teeth. Not that my teeth are bad. My teeth aren't bad, but I know Coke's bad for my teeth, and I it's constantly in the back of my mind. I can't get over that. It's like you shouldn't drink more than one a day. So uh, I'm glad that people can't read minds in real life. That people don't have superpowers. Because if anyone tried to read my mind, they go crazy trying to hearing me like argue with myself all the time. It's like I want to do this. Like no, you can't do that because it's bad for your teeth. My mom trained me too well. All of her warnings are stopping me from doing all the fun things I would like to do. Like have another Coke. Only Cecil could survive that. Survive what? Felix Haas. The jumping over the speeding TIE interceptor? Yes, the mass cricket. Yes. Okay. Only Cecil could drink all day and still make it home on. Oh my gosh, Cecil is like a. I think Cecil is superhuman. Seriously. With the amount of drinking he does, it's not the amount of drinking that he does that I don't want to say impresses me because it's not something to be impressed by. Um, but how lucid he stays when he's drunk. How he's still able to be funny, be witty, be clever, and just be in the moment while he's drunk. I'm a lightweight. I have. I'm not joking. Literally, if I have half a beer, and I don't like beer, but when I've had beer, if I have half a beer, I'm about to fall asleep because my tolerance for alcohol is very low. Because I've never really drank. Um, but Cecil is able to drink not just to excess, but he's able to keep his wits while he's drunk, and to me that's amazing. I don't know how he does it. Because I've watched live streams where he's clearly drunk, but he's so funny. He's so funny. Um, he's like um, a real benefit to the live streams he's on and the comic skate, I guess in general. Um, I mean, he's seriously he's the guy's like gold. Just a really really funny guy. Uh, Eric Hughes says, I never had a drink. I mean, I've had drinks before, but I don't like the taste of alcohol. I've never liked it. And everyone in my family drinks. I mean, it's fine if you do, but it's just I don't like the taste of it. It just kind of tastes bitter and not just beer, but alcohol in general. I can taste it in most drinks. The only time I don't mind alcohol is when it's something that's sweet enough to sort of overcome the alcoholic taste of it. So I'll drink like Mike's Hard Lemonade and like basically they're basically wine coolers. Even when I have those, if I have one, I'm I'm gonna fall asleep because my brain wants to take a nap right afterwards. He says, Elmer Kuga says, I can't stand the smell of beer or wine. That smell doesn't bother me, it's the taste. And it's like that for me for a lot of things. Like, I love the smell of coffee. I hate the taste of it. Hate it. I love the smell of pipe smoke. And even cigars and cigarettes, I don't mind the smell. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't smoke. Because again, it's the, if something doesn't taste good to me, I'm not going to do it. So, it doesn't matter if it's Brussels sprouts or beer. Alright. Eric Hugo says, I'm heading to bed. It was fun watching Jiminy. Thank you very much, Eric Hugo. It was fun having you here. Thank you for spending some time with me and helping to keep me awake. I appreciate it. You have a great night. Have a great day. And who knows? Hopefully you will win a drawing from me tomorrow. Or sorry, today. Later on today. When I pick 10 people at random. So stay tuned. I will let you guys know later on today. Take care. Let's see here. Let's see here. Ah. Dag nabbit. Alright. What is this? Mark Trafford says, I was a functioning alcoholic for 7 years. I still managed to gain a position of power in the company I work for. Now I own my own company. We had an employee embezzle. Ouch. $105,000 this year. Yeah, wow. Ouch. Yeah, some people can hold their liquor and still function. Cecil can apparently do that. I cannot. I am. Oh gosh, it's probably a good thing because if I could handle my liquor, it probably wouldn't be good for me. I think it's better that I'm like pretty much incapacitated after drinking even a little. Keeps me out of trouble. It's probably kept me out of trouble a lot of times because I can't. And I only drink at home. When I do drink, I never drink when I'm out of the house, mainly because I do fall asleep. When I'm at my in-laws' place, they always ask me, say, "Hey, you want a beer? You want some wine?" I'm like, "You want me to fall asleep on your couch?" If so, give me a beer. If not, then give me some Coke or juice. So, yeah. So I tend to stay away from alcohol. Mark Trafford says the irony is he's an alcoholic and a gambler. Well, Cecil is. I think Cecil is in a kind of unique position where he has no responsibilities. He can do whatever he wants, and in terms of like jobs or family, there's no consequences for him. Apparently, his sister doesn't mind that he drinks a lot and just is sort of like a loafer. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know how much of that is true. It could be all nonsense, like internet personality stuff, his persona. So, but just based on what he said, you know, um, you know, he doesn't have that many responsibilities, so he has less to worry about in terms of and his family's rich, so he doesn't have to worry about gambling away his rent money or drinking himself to the point where he gets fired from his job. So he's kind of safe in that regard. He still has to worry about alcohol poisoning, though. That's the one thing I worry about. I don't worry about it because I don't know Cecil, but if he does drink as much as he claims, I'm worried that he's gonna hurt himself by drinking so much, or at least kill his liver, which would be a shame because he's a very funny guy. And I think I am basically done, other than going back and fixing all the mistakes I made. Let me see here. Felix Haas says, Cecil can drink us all under the table. Well, yeah, if he drinks as much as he says he does, then yeah, he can drink me under the table without even blinking. And probably most people. I remember when I was in college, they had a dwarf throwing competition at the local bar, and which I always found funny. And the dwarf, you know, they would, they pay him up. Dagnabbit, I smeared it. They'd obviously pay him for it, but they'd also let him drink anything he wanted. It was like all he could drink because he's spending all night getting tossed. They had a harness on him, with two handles on it, and then the frat boys and everyone else would pay their $10 or $15 or whatever for a chance to toss the dwarf, and it was fun. It was a fun activity up until one day the dwarf didn't come into work. They found him in his apartment. He died of alcohol poisoning because he drank so much, and obviously, he's only like 3'6" or whatever, and there's too much for his body to handle. So after that, no more dwarf throwing. It's a sad day for frats throughout the town. But yeah, you have to be careful when you drink, especially if you're smaller than average. All right, I think that is it. Should I try to fix some mistakes here? Yeah, why not? Why not? This is what I use to fix my mistakes. It's Pro White, and this Pro White, this particular bottle, I've had for at least 20 years. And look, it's still full. Oh, that's not full. It's like half full. But Pro White is basically paint, and you only need a little bit on your brush, and you just paint it on. It fixes mistakes. But yeah, it's really good. It's very very opaque. I've tried using the gel pens. They're not, for me, they're not opaque enough. I can usually see right through them and still see the mistake. The Pro White paint, usually I only have to give it like one or two passes, and it's good. So Dillard Draw says, that's John Dillard, gaming the system, says, interesting if true. If what's true, John? Alright. Were those the only mistakes? I know I made others. Found one. I found one. There it is. Come here. Come here, you little get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Oh, great. That's gonna make a shadow that's too thick. Dagnabbit. Come here. Let's see. What else? Any other mistakes? Ah, yes. Here's one. I gotta get. I think this is got to add more water to this. It sounds like you don't make many mistakes. The name may be pump, but the name. Oh, the shoe. I make a lot of mistakes actually. If you watch me draw, 70% of my drawing is erasing. With the inking, I try not to make mistakes because I hate cleaning up after myself. So I tend to make all my mistakes in the penciling stage, long before I start inking. So and then when I do have to go back and correct things, they're so small that I use like a drop or two of this Pro White. So it's yeah, it's almost let's see. Moral V says it's 4 in the morning, so you must be what, Central Time? Yeah, because you're an hour behind me. The shoe. What about the shoe? Is there a mistake there? Maybe you're getting blurry lines. You might be getting blurry lines because my camera is not the best, so it might be blurring things out. There was a mistake on the shoe, and I fixed it. Although the line thickness could be more consistent, I guess. The name is probably problematic for SJWs. Yes, Pro White. Yes, that's true. Interesting. Oh well, I'll have to deal with it. They'll have to just deal. And I think that maybe that. That might be that. Get back on there. Okay. Moral V says, I wasn't sure if it was the camera or me needing sleep. Yeah, for me it's probably both. I know it's the camera, definitely, but me needing sleep also. So, anyway, this is it. This is my Jiminy Cricket icon for Pope Fire's poster thing. So I will scan it and then send it to her to send to her colorist to color. I don't know what colors I'm gonna color it, but yeah, hopefully it'll end up looking cool. Hopefully. At some point, I do all these drawings. At some point, I'm gonna color them myself because in my mind's eye, I have an idea of how they should be colored, how they should look. But because coloring takes so much effort for me, I don't do it that much. But when I do it, I can do it fairly well. But I need to improve. I just need to color more. I need to practice. So anyway, this is Jiminy Cricket with some knives. He's about to cut you, so be nice. Thanks for joining me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please like this video. And again, later on today, I will be selecting 10 people who have subscribed to my channel here on YouTube and who also follow me on Instagram. So if you have not done both already, if you have not followed me on Instagram, I will put the my Instagram info in the chat, and go over there, follow me, and if you haven't already, subscribe to me here on YouTube. Let's see, www.instagram.com/my handle back 13. Boink. There you go. Click on that. Go to Instagram. Follow me there. Come back here. Subscribe. or subscribe here first, and then hit the link. Go over to Instagram, follow me. Later on today, I'll pick 10 of you's mugs, and 10 of you will win a free drawing from me, which I'll send to you. So, if that interests you, do it. Do it. Do it. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Have a good evening. Remainder of the evening before the sun comes up. I gotta get some sleep. And thank you very much for joining me, wasting your evening listening to me. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great week. And again, I will let you guys know sometime today about who won the artwork. Okay? Thanks again. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.